So, like I said, that fixed energy is why you saw him staying within the music energy industry for so long. You see what I'm saying? Even though he went through different positions and different roles and things like that, he stayed within the same area. You see what I'm saying? His passion was long term. His vision was focused. You see what I'm saying? That's that fixedness. Now, all of the turmoil and the suicides and the you know all of the depth, all of the deep dark things that had to go through while he was in that spot. You see what I'm saying? That's some totally you know that's that Pluto at work. That's that Pluto aspect. But as far as him sticking it out, thick and thin, up and that, that's that fixedness to him. So that's why you saw him staying with Jay Prince for so long. Even though we've heard Jay Prince to be, you know what I mean? They say that he's Scorpio too, I think. So he probably, I mean, he probably don't see it as dark as other people do. You see what I'm saying? He probably could feel him like, oh, okay, I see why you move how you move. Whereas somebody else, a air sign, some may not understand the underhandedness and all the strategic ways and the maneuvering that Jay Prince does. Scarface could see it and see through it and really see what was going on, so he could appreciate it a little bit more than some people would be able to. You see what I'm saying? So he was able to stick with him and stay with him, whereas other people were leaving and complaining and things like that. Even to this day, you see what I'm saying? He still doesn't have a problem with Jay Prince. He still gives Jay Prince a whole lot of respect, and he still, yeah, man. Like I said, he gives the credit where credit is due. He says that Jay Prince taught him a lot of things like that. Whereas you see other people, you know, knocking the people who they came up with or exposing them for all the wrong they done. He always gives him that respect, even if he did do wrong or whatever he done. He shows him some type of understanding. You see what I'm saying? Where you're just like, oh, okay. He just sat around, although he may have gotten fucked, like he learned. You see what I'm saying? He learned from it. So whatever, like he said, he a wolf. He raised by wolves, and he was a wolf, and he raised me to be a wolf. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you kind of can't knock him because you living in the thing. You the same thing. Y'all cut from the same cloth. You see what I'm saying? Scarface also discusses how he used to had a lot of suicidal urges and things like that. He used to try to kill himself. He used to try to commit suicide a lot of times throughout his life, starting from when he was younger. And like I said, this is going to be, that Mars and Pluto aspect. This is coming from his Scorpio, and he has a stellium in Scorpio, so a lot of things are going to affect him much deeper than they do everybody else. A lot of the things that he goes through and things like that, and he's around a dark environment. Everything is dark around, you see what I'm saying? Like, when all your planets in Scorpio, like, everything is dark. You don't get no light, you know what I'm saying? You don't get to come for air or nothing. Like, your home life fucked up, your job fucked up. Career fucked up, just a bunch of bullshit in the water. You know what I mean? But like I was saying, he's gonna take things very deeply. He's gonna, the things that are going on around him are gonna affect him very deeply. He's gonna, be susceptible to, because remember, Scorpio is in the second half of the zodiac, so he is concerned with others. Although it is a fixed sign and this could create a certain level of stubbornness, he does still have to consider the other. You see what I'm saying? So even though he may be stuck in his ways and he may stand firm in the things that he say and have, and you'll see that in his interviews and things, he really stands on what he says. He doesn't allow anybody to cut him off. Like, if he's talking and you try to cut, he's like, no, bro, I was talking. Let me finish what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? He has that sternness. He has that directness, that Mars. You see what I'm saying? And when he speaks with a lot of depth. That's that Pluto. You see what I'm saying? Because remember, his Mercury is also. So this is going to come through in his speech as well. You see what I'm saying? Where he's like, I'm talking. Let me finish what I'm saying. And then the things that he says are going to have a lot of meaning and depth to them. You see what I'm saying? Whereas most people, most stars and things like that, they try to keep the answers as superficial as possible, as vague as possible, as broad as possible, because you want to be as politically correct as possible. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to offend anybody in your fan base. You see what I'm saying? So you want to keep things very broad and not really insert your own personal, if you can help it. You see what I'm saying? But Scarface, he doesn't really have that. You always really, when he does speak on something, when he does give his opinion on something, you see what I'm saying, it's going to, like I said, well thought out, deep, meaningful, you see what I'm saying, and it's coming from his perspective, you see what I'm saying, versus someone who just likes to talk just to talk. You see what I'm saying? He's not that person. He's gonna speak when he has something to say. You see what I'm saying? He's going to be seen when he's for a reason. You see what I'm saying? Like, now he's being seen for a reason because he's running for you know what I mean? He's running to be a politician. He's being seen for a reason. He's not just doing it just to do it. You see what I'm saying? It's a reason behind it. He's not gonna speak just to speak. It's gonna be a deeper meaning, a reasoning behind it. That Scorpio is also has assisted him in maintaining his career over a long period of time. Remember that Pluto, remember that longevity, remember that long term that comes with Scorpio. So, and that fixedness. So it's going to be in the same area, and he's going to want to sustain it for a long period of time, for forever. Remember what I say? That forever shit when you're dealing with Pluto, you see what I'm saying? So he's going to want to sustain that. So that has been able to assist him as far as his music career goes. So even though, you know, Scarface doesn't get the most publicity or anything like that, you know what I mean? He's your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, you see what I'm saying? Like, he still gets that respect, you see what I'm saying? He still gets that credit, even though it's not as much shine on it, it's not as bright, it's not as flashy, you see what I'm saying? But he still gets that due respect, and he's still been able to sustain for 20 plus years, and he's still been able to transform, and his audience transform with him and have that deep enough connection with him and the material that he's produced, and the information and things like that, and the depth, just been able to connect with the level of depth that he can give, and he's been able to maintain that throughout. Whereas a lot of fan bases will trickle off, they'll outgrow him and things like that. No, people connect with him on such a deep level, and he connects with his audience on such a deep level where he's able to sustain that and transform with it and keep it with him throughout his entire career. You see what I'm saying? That's why he's been able to have that longevity in the game, even though he's not a big star or anything like that. You see what I'm saying? The big stars know him. You see what I'm saying? Like that type shit. It's unseen. You see what I'm saying? That unseen power, that unspoken. No, there's also, you know what I mean, a dark side. So like I said before, he also has dealt with a lot of drug addiction as well, along with those suicidal ideations and things like that. He's dealt with a lot of, like I said, just trauma and tragedy throughout his life, and just a lot of violence and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? That also comes from that Scorpio aspect, where he's surrounded by the dark things in life. You see what I'm saying? He's not surrounded by the bright, nice, nurturing. You see what I'm saying? He's in the dark. He's in the dark. You feel? He was born in the dark. He was born in the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Type of shit. Like, bruh, for real? Came in the hell. You know what I'm saying? Fuck checking out to hell. He checked in the hell when he came in this motherfucker. You think you going to hell? Nigga, we here. What did you talk about? You sit here talking about, I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to do that. Because that nigga sitting there looking at you like, nigga, where the fuck you think we at? Nigga, we been in this bitch. If you'd have dealt with a heavy Scorpio motherfucker, you know. Then how you looking at some shit dark? You wouldn't even think about it like that. Then how you thinking about it like, damn, it wasn't that deep. Damn, are we? Isn't that fucked up? Like, no, don't do it. You better not dive deep. If you ain't ready to go there, just don't go there. Just don't say nothing. Straight up. Don't you get out in them waters and can't swim. Listen. But that energy also brought with it a lot of death in his life. So not just death. So a lot of people since he was younger have been dying in his life. Like he said, it was one point in his life where somebody died every May. Like every year somebody died. Like one of his relatives, one of his family members died. Like every May. Like clockwork. Like that type of shit. Like that Scorpio. Like, bruh, just when you think it's over, just when you think it's about to get back to normal, bam, right back down in the depths. Thought you saw the light at the end, didn't you? Like, that's how that Scorpio be, boy. You see that light, you like, oh, I'm almost at the end. You running, sight. Back in the dark again. But that is also going to enable them to build up a lot of strength, you see what I'm saying? That fortitude in order to be able to build things to last for a long time, to sustain, be able to build that foundation, to be able to have that longevity, all of that time in that those dark, deep places, and then having that understanding of those meaning and reasonings, and be able to see through things, all that stuff they go through gives them that ability, you see what I'm saying? So then once they do get in a position to do what they need to do, they have all those skills, you see what I'm saying? So they're able to apply it and stay fixed within it. Remember that fixed nature. So that's why you see a lot of them able to accomplish a lot of things and get a lot of things done, but not without a lot of pain and struggle and all of that, you see what I'm saying? But you'll never know, because remember, they're not showing it. This is unseen, you see what I'm saying? So you gotta get close to know. You gotta get close to have a real thorough understanding of what's really going on. Like, it might look good, but listen, That's why you'll see a lot of them not even phased by like what they have, like their material things and stuff. Like a lot of them not even phased. They'll still like kind of have an even kill aspect on it. It don't really get them sometimes. You know what I mean? Because it'll just be like they know what they had to go through to get. You know. So although it may look good to you, and you may have a lot of respect for them and stuff, like they know all the real darks, and they got to live with that. They got to sit on their mind. They got to sit on their conscience. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter what they got around them. Because remember, this is water, this is internal, this ain't about nothing external. So that was part one of Scarface's birth chart. We got to get into that sun and Scorpio. You know, we got to take a look at the depths. You know what I mean? We got to dive deep for a second. Got to get into that fight, that Martian energy. We got to see how Pluto, allows for him to sustain things over a long period of time and really connect with people on a deeper level. You know what I mean? With all of that water, you know what I mean? He's able to, really reach those emotions, really feel deeply and connect with people deeply and touch people's emotions. And just emotionally move people for the good or for the bad. It is what it is. So, as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you kick back with part 2. Let me know what you think down below. Come on with it.